call it browser fingerprint. What is browser fingerprint? We have different kind of browser. We have Chrome, we have Brave. But let me tell you something. The way the websites, the receiving website, let me say Fiverr, the way they receive it is also they have the identity of your browser. If it's a Brave, they know how it looks like. If the device memory, the installed font, you can see the font on this Brave, everything is there. Even if you create another profile for maybe one of your team member, e still carry same DNA. You can see that the security is very tighter. Another thing I want you to understand is account or identity data. You can still bypass that one. Account or identity data, you can still bypass it. Why? Your name, your email, your document, your phone number, your KYC, you can, you are very smart. And some people, if the name they use is George Chioma at gmail.com, on one account, they will still use George Chioma 20 on another account. That means we are not wise. Now, the payment method. Actually, most sellers' accounts, you don't use it for buying. And that's why they are detecting your buying account too, linking one paper to different buying accounts, linking same card to different accounts. You are detected. And another thing is your behavior. This is where I want you to understand. Your behavior really matters. These people, they detect your behavior. Some people, their usual way of creating account, just set this up. Once they set it up on this, on that, the way they create their gig. If you can remember some years, let's say 2 years when Fiverr security is getting tighter, like they firstly start disapproving accounts. Everybody is using Tinder dating app to live the account as first gig. Immediately you do that, they already know who you are. Either you pass the account eligibility status, you got it approved, suffer from algorithm, or they disable the two, they reject you guys. Now, this is not what I want you now to understand about the tier security. Why you should not underrate these people. We have tier 1 security platform. Tier 1 security platform, they are your blog news. All you need is just to clear your cache and cookies. You start again. They don't really care about you. We have a tier 2. They are like all this Depop, OfferUp, Macari Vintage, all those websites too. They are not as that stronger. Just connect with VPN. Once you use your VPN like this, everything is working. Now, tier 3 platform, that is where Fiverr. Oh my god, all these people, they are very crazy. That's why you will see that Facebook, Google ad, Facebook ad, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all our social media platform like Fiverr, Upwork, Airbnb, the way they behave, people always have problem with them. They disable me, they do this, they do that, because they belong to tier 3. We have tier 4. Most of your bank, that's why it is very difficult to hack the bank. That's the tier 4. And we also have tier 5, government service, like US, IRS, in school, in most Nigerian school, we call something NRCD. Yes, they have all those ones. They have a top security upgrade. In fact, most times, all these platforms, to find a loopholes in them, that means there must be a work of insider. That's why platform like Fiverr, all those platforms, tier 3 platform like Fiverr, Google, Amazon, eBay, there is a loophole. I'm telling you, in one way or the other, there will be a loophole. Changing number, using foreign number, foreign account, when you want to withdraw, you change it to another number, is a loophole. Because if I'm the engineer, this is what I'm going to do. Don't let me tell you guys. Don't let me tell you guys. Now, you can understand how they work, how these people, they don't joke. All the strategy is no longer working. It's only working for account approval. I'm telling you, For you to know that your strategy is not working, create accounts, find a gig, find a niche that there is 30 people there, even just 30 people. You will now see that your impression will still not move. In fact, some of you, that 30 people that is there, you are going to be on the last page. Despite the fact you have a weak and less competitor. I want you to understand that. For the behavior, your mouse movement, your typing pattern, your scroll behavior, the way you scroll your PC, it is always same thing when creating the account, when doing other stuff. Now, this is not where we are now going. Some people say they use VPN. Let me tell you, VPN is good, but not for tier 3 platform. Tier 3 platform, they already do that. Do you know that we call aviation industry? What do we call? We call something aviation. Aviation industry. And bypassing industry. We have aviation industry and bypassing industry. Do you know that all these industries, they really pay them? In fact, they said they make like, I think they said they make like $50 million of a thing. Yes, I think they make like $50 million every year. Yes, all those platforms. Yes, I think they make something like that every year because all big platform. Yes, all big platforms, they pay for them. They pay to detection vendors. Why is Fiverr getting that every day? Most of us already knows that that we there's been a time that everything is simpler. You can use even one time code to receive code like 5 times. That's why Fiverr now shift everything to WhatsApp. Receiving code on WhatsApp. Even some buying account now is now taking phone number. Why? They paid 50 million plus to detection vendors like Swift Further, Fingerprint JS, Arcos Data Dome. Now, let me now tell you something. Let me now tell you something. Most especially this idiot of Swift. They have most extension you are using. Go street. This platform, in fact, this online space is very funny, guys. Detection vendors, detection vendors, they will create extension for you that most of you guys will think like is a fingerprint prevention, it protects me for this for that. They are the one that create it. They already knows everything. They want you to just fall into the pit, into the games that they create. That's why detection vendors, they always work with audit, they always collaborate, and they collaborate across every industry. Yes, across every business. Even Amazon has their own detection vendors that they detect what are the loopholes, what are people doing. Okay, let's do it like this, let's do it like that. There's been a time, I will not mention the name of that platform. If you get a code from them, one time code from them on Fiverr, forget about it, you are gone. The account is not going to be approved. Now, let me now explain something. This training, is it illegal? It's not illegal because most users at times need privacy. I want you to understand that so that you not think, we have some people that will be thinking maybe everything here, maybe there are some illegal things. It is not illegal, it is online, but putting them all together is from our own effort. It's my own effort to put things together for you guys, to let you guys understand something. How do you now get started? To stay safe 100%. The first thing you need is a new PC, new laptop. If you cannot afford to buy a new laptop, format your old laptop. Let me write step by step here so that you guys can really understand many things. Let me put step by step here. The first thing, step by step, let me put the headings. Let me change the headings here to like H1 so that you guys can really understand me. Now, number one step that you need to know is that Number one step is that you need a new PC. New PC. And I want you guys to understand something. You will notice that most times we are not as that active. We are conducting many research, doing a lot of experiments. We use money, we use everything. At times we lost many money, we wasted time, we wasted effort. So it is not an easy work. Let me tell you the fact. It's not an easy work, but everything I'm training you on is 100% tested and it is working. In fact, this account that I'm showing you has got the first order. This account here has got first order. Now, new PC, or you format your PC, or you what? You format your PC. That's what you need to do. You format your PC. To format your PC is not hard. Just get a legit window. You can download it from Microsoft, install it. You put it on your flash drive, you press F1 and you do that thing. You can give it to an engineer. Second thing now, let me now tell you something. Second thing is like you get a new Wi-Fi. You get a new Wi-Fi. Now, why are you buying a new Wi-Fi? Don't use phone. Get a new Wi-Fi. Why are you buying a new Wi-Fi? Wi-Fi also has its own MAC. It has its own MAC. That is just the fact. It has its own MAC. It has 100%. It has its own MAC. If you have used it for an existing fiber before, just know that there's going to be a problem because it has its own MAC. It must be totally different now this time around. Another alternate option, or this is what you need to do. If you want to still use your existing Wi-Fi, you are going to go and get something called USB Wi-Fi adapter. USB Wi-Fi adapter. Now, there are some days in Nigerian, let me say, dated back to like 14 years to 18 years ago, I could remember. There are some PC that there's nothing like driver is working on them. You cannot use Wi-Fi and Bluetooth until you buy the USB Bluetooth or USB Wi-Fi adapter, you put it in your USB port. That is when Wi-Fi and Bluetooth can start working. But your own PC has it. But why are you still buying it? Because you cannot afford the new Wi-Fi. So you have to buy this USB Wi-Fi adapter. Immediately you plug in that your USB Wi-Fi adapter. It's going to route your old Wi-Fi to that USB Wi-Fi adapter with its own MAC address changer, because USB Wi-Fi adapter always has its own MAC. It always has its own MAC address. It always has it. So is it that you buy a new Wi-Fi or USB Wi-Fi adapter? The third thing is to get a new data SIM. Register new data SIM just like the one we are using here. Register new data SIM. And another thing you need to do is that after getting that, just don't risk anything. Get a residential proxy. It is very, very important. Residential proxy is very, very important. Don't share it. You can get it on IP Royal because they do have Nigerian and some other countries IP. After you now get your residential proxy, you check it on Scamalytics. After connecting the proxy, you check it on Scamalytics to confirm the fraud score. If the fraud score is above 10, make sure you get the one that it is not up to that. What do you now need to do is that if now this is not the problem. You know that I said you should get a new PC or format your PC. If you get a new PC and don't get a PC from people, let me tell you the facts. Don't get a PC from dealer that is working with people in your business. Why? Sometimes rejected PC that is returned to, except that vendor don't take PC, except that vendor don't accept a returned PC. I'm telling you the facts. Sometimes Some people use their, some people now to use PC very neat. They sold it to those vendors at cheaper price. They sell it to another person as new one after formatting it. If they format your PC, your MAC address changer is not going to change. I'm telling you, the MAC address is not going to change. Your MAC address, just forget about it. Your MAC address is always going to be one MAC address. Now, if you get a new PC from trusted somebody, it's fine. But if you get a PC from those vendors you don't trust them, or you format your PC, you are going to need this thing on this number 5 called Technetium MAC address changer. It is called Technetium MAC address changer. Just know that MAC address changer. You will need this. You will need Technetium MAC address changer just to change the MAC address of that PC anytime you are working. But you have to always make sure anytime you are working, the MAC address changer is always on and connected. Now, what do you now need next? You now need anti-detect browser. Anti-detect browser. There are a lot of anti-detect browser out there, but do you know one thing? I've made a lot of research about them. Some of them brag mouth. All this go login, multi-login, the anti-detect browser. But let me tell you something. Google still has access to some of their privacy. There are still some leaks. But there is one I 100% recommend. It is free for one user. In fact, I recommend one user per one PC because it's going to be stressful. Let's say on anti-detect browser you can have a multiple account, but anytime you want to connect to this account, you need to change you need to change the Wi-Fi, you need to change the connections to another Wi-Fi that has new data sim, another new data sim. You change your technical MAC address changer, and or you use another USB Wi-Fi adapter. It's going to be very stressful. Let me tell you the fact, just have it at the back of your mind. Regardless of any strategy you can have multiple accounts, but not on one same thing, on one same device, on one same address. Even if you have different PC, but you have one same Wi-Fi connection, you have a problem. You're already detected. The secret is that either you'll be buying a cheap PC for running the accounts, but it's going to be for one user. Now, after a lot of research, we confirm this browser called Wade X browser. Wade X browser. This one is made by Russia, and you know that Russian people, they don't agree for West. They know they agree for the West, so there is always a problem. They always give those guys problems. They don't want to work. They don't sell data. They don't leak data. Go and confirm that. Go and confirm anything made by Russia. They don't agree with Google. They don't work with Google. Now, this is not what you now need to do. This is a Wade X browser. All this thing is not perfect. You are free to go. You are 100% free to go, and immediately you go to Fiverr, you are going to see that some things really change. Now, because I don't want you to be spending on this anti-detect Wade X browser, at times there is a premium, but you don't need that. So what you need to do is that let's go and install something. Just go to Google like this. I always download my Widex browser from Word.net. Yes, they co-host together. You know, those guys, they are working together. So this is what you need to do here. Just imagine, uh, you need to click here at the top here, Widex browser. So you download it there. I already have it. So you just click on download. Just leave it like that. Another thing you need is Technetium MAC address changer. Just search it here. Technetium MAC address changer. Just put download. You want to download it. So just click here. Technetium MAC address changer. You click here like this. Download. Go to the official website. Now let me now tell you one secret of this Technetium. Why it is dangerous. If somebody copy your MAC address let's say your PC MAC address, original MAC address, and that person now go and use it for something else. If they track, they are going to pick you because you hold the MAC address. Sometimes when you go to some other website to download this thing, they always impute some malware that they can extract your data. Just do it as I do it. Now click on download now and click on direct download. Direct download is okay. So I'm not going to download. You can see that I already have it. Now you have those two things ready, your new Wi-Fi, or you get a USB Wi-Fi adapter. If you cannot buy a new Wi-Fi, get a new SIM. There's nothing you can do about that. Just make sure you get a new SIM. Now, this is not where we are now going. Let's start installation. The first one is Technicium. I've already installed it. It's not hard at all. After installing everything, just click OK and click yes. Now click on open. I will open this TMAC. This is Technicium MAC address changer. You can see here now, it shows made in India. You know those guys are very talented. After connecting your Wi-Fi, see what I'm showing you guys. So just see what I'm showing you. This is original MAC address. You see something here? Original MAC address. That is your PC MAC address. And this is the active MAC address. That means this one is working. You see? This is the original MAC address of this PC. But why am I still using this MAC address? Because this PC has been used for Fiverr before. We formatted it. Yes, that is what we do. We formatted it. Now, click here. You see something here called random MAC address. Click it here. You see something here. But for me, I don't always like the first one or second one. So, as much as you can change it, you see this books automation, anyone. Now, click on change now. Do you understand now? The reason why it's very dangerous for you to be using multiple accounts is that at times, maybe you forgot. You now use this same MAC address for another account. Maybe on that same account, maybe you perfect everything, you change the policy, you change this, you change that, and you think you are perfect. This thing is going to link the two together like same MAC address. So you guys, you think you are smart. The algorithm is going to catch you. Now, click on change now. You can see that we click on change now. It said MAC address was changed successfully. Now, check the option. You see something called yes. This active MAC address here already changed. You can see that it's already changed. We have passed that one. Now, coming back to Wedex, we have to install the Wedex. You open Wedex like this. You open Wedex like this, and you know on Wedex, you have to create your Wedex account. You have to log in. That's why I love them. You can make use of your email. You can make use of password. So that anytime maybe you travel abroad, you travel anywhere, all you just need is to download that Wedex again, your same Wi-Fi, this and that. You log in. You are going to have access to that your browser. Those are the advantages. Now, I want to log in now. I need to pause the video. So guys, I created the Wedex account. Already created. You can see something called get started here. And now let me now tell you something. At times this Wedex might try to whine you. You just see that you are trying to log in, it's not going. It do happens at times. But don't worry, don't panic. No panic at all. So this is what we need to do. Let's do this. We want to create something. We are not buying products. What do you need to firstly do is that create a new profile. So when we are creating a new profile, you see already created. You see that the proxy is direct. We are going to change everything. Just click here, option here, edit profile. We want to edit everything. We want to configure everything. And now, why are we using this browser? You know, I explained something before, like I explained to you guys, like on something called hardware. You know, I explained the behavior, your hardware. Why? With that browser will give you opportunity. If you want Fiverr to see that your PC, if you want them to see that your browser, your PC is an Apple, we can configure it like that. If we want them to see that we are using 16 gig RAM, we can do it like that. If we want Fiverr to see that we are using 4 gig RAM, you can configure everything unlike your normal PC, unlike your normal PC that everything cannot be changed. Not everything can be altered or everything can be changed. But for the anti-detect browser, everything can be customized. Now, what do we need to understand here is that let's change the name. I want to change the name to Asherere. Yes, let me change the name Asherere. I'm okay with that. You can put any description. Now, for your proxy, it depends on the proxy you get. But let me use for my own proxy, it is HTTP. I prefer it over source file. Now, I'm going to pause this video. I'm going to get my proxy. So, guys, my proxy is there. Now, the next thing we are going to do, you can see we have power to do anything we want. We have power to change everything we want. You can see here. So everything is auto. You see, if I want to modify something here now, the time here. Now, let me now tell you the facts. For this time, let's say it is foreign account. You have to change this time zone. You have to change it. If you are using USA account, make sure you change the time zone to USA. But for this one, it's Africa already. And if you want your language, in Nigeria we speak English. If you are creating Italy account, you change the language to Italy so that they will know that the traffic you're already coming from Italy. Now, let me put it for auto again. So guys, it's now on auto. Now, let me now show you something here. You can see that the web RTC, it shows adaptive, fake, not at all. Leave it for adaptive. DNS is auto. Just leave it like that. Now, this is not what you need to do here. You have to scroll down here like this. If you have something, maybe an extension, auto refresher extension, you can add it from scratch. Just search for auto refresher because on this anti-detect, you can't add extension just like the way you do other things because everything they ensure everything is safe and you are not going to add all these ghost tree. You don't need them again now. So auto refresh, so we can use this one, or let me check. I think I have one that I use. uh, uh, Reload. Let me check if it's there again. And if it's not there, and if you want to import the extension too, no problem. So auto reloader. So let me use this one. Let me save it. So it's already there. Now let me now show you the fingerprint. Is very important. Now if you know that this one gray out, I think for this one now, let's say I want Fiverr to be seeing me like I'm using tab. I can configure it like that. If I want them to be seeing this as desktop, I can configure it like that. But you see that it's gray out because we are using a free version. So they don't give us